9 points clear. Pep Guardiola was struggling. City were a shell of themselves. Liverpool had fallen off. Every other contender had basically packed up and gone home. This was Arsenal's league to lose. And then Cherki, Haaland, 2-1. Game over. Manchester City are now 3 points behind Arsenal with a game in hand. And every football fan on the planet is thinking the exact same thing right now. Are Arsenal really doing this again? Because if you know your football history, you already know the answer. Here's the thing about Arsenal that makes all of this so painful. They're not a small club. At their peak, they were genuinely untouchable. Arsene Wenger walks in the door in 1996, wins the league in 1998, wins it again in 2002, and then 2004, the Invincibles, an entire Premier League season, 38 games, not a single loss. That's not just good football, that's a cheat code. And here's the kicker that was over 20 years ago, and Arsenal haven't won the league since. A club that once went an entire season unbeaten is still waiting. So what exactly happened? Let's go back to where this whole thing started. Defending champions, 8 points clear in March. Paddy Power, a betting company, actually started paying out early on Arsenal winning the title before the season was even over. That's how certain everyone was. Then Arsenal lost to Blackburn, drew against Villa, drew against United, threw away a 2-goal lead against Bolton, then lost to a Leeds side that was being relegated from 8 points clear to 5 points off the top in 6 weeks. And the betting company had to sit there and watch. This has to be a humiliation ritual. But hey, it was one bad season. Could happen to anyone, right? Fast forward 5 years, new stadium, new squad, fresh start. Arsenal hadn't lost a single game until December. By February, they were 5 points clear at the top, 156 days at number 1. Then Eduardo, their striker, suffered a horrific leg break at Birmingham. Devastating. Genuinely awful. But here's the thing, Arsenal were still top, still in the race, still had their destiny in their own hands. People weren't just worried about the result, they were questioning the mentality of the entire squad, and they were right to. Arsenal drew 3 more games in a row. United went top. Chelsea leapfrogged them too. Final result, 3rd place, 83 points. Mourinho called Wenger a specialist in failure. At this point, was he actually wrong? By now, Arsenal hadn't won a trophy in 9 years. 9 years. And this season, they led the Premier League for longer than any other team. Not second longest. Longest. 5 points clear in November. Back to 5 clear in December. The fans could almost taste it. Then January arrived. Arsenal made one signing. He got injured the next day. February 6-0 to Chelsea. March 3-0 to Everton. 4th, not 2nd, not 3rd. 4th, that's not a collapse. That's an art form. This one might be the most painful of the lot. Liverpool were poor. Chelsea were poor. United were poor. Arsenal had literally no competition from the usual suspects. Their only challenger, Leicester City, a team given 1,000 to 1 odds at the start of the season. Arsenal beat them in February coming from a goal down. Everyone thought, right, this is it. Arsenal won't bottle this one. They didn't win another league game for over a month. Leicester crossed the finish line. Arsenal watched from the couch. Bro, even Leicester ran further than Arsenal that season. Leicester, new decade, new manager. Mikel Arteta comes in and rebuilds Arsenal from scratch. Same story. This is the one that really stings. Arsenal were 8 points clear in January, and they spent 248 days at the top of the Premier League. That's a record. The most days any team has ever led the Premier League without winning it. Arsenal own that record. They gave up 2-goal leads at Liverpool, at West Ham, and when it mattered most, they went to City and lost 4-1. 248 days at the top of the league and nothing to show for it. That's not a title challenge. That's a long walk to nowhere. The following season, Arsenal went again, pushed City all the way to the final day, finished with 89 points. In most seasons in Premier League history, that wins you the title, but a 2-0 loss to Aston Villa at the Emirates in April handed City the momentum. City won every single game after that. Arsenal didn't drop another point either. But it didn't matter. 3 points. That's all it was. In any other era, that's a title. In Arsenal's world, that's another medal for the drawer. 3 seasons under Arteta, 3 collapses, 3 times as runners-up, 0 Premier League titles. The trophy cabinet isn't gathering dust. It's fossilized. And then came this season, the one where every excuse was removed. Guardiola's City were struggling. Klopp was gone. Arsenal went 9 points clear at the top. This was it. No more excuses. No more wait till next year. And then the wheels started coming off. They lost 2-1 at home to Bournemouth and out of 2 cups. Arsenal fans weren't nervous. They were having flashbacks. Then came April 19th, the Etihad, the game everyone said would define the season. 2-1 City win. Arsenal still lead this league. Their destiny is still technically in their own hands, but you know what else was in their own hands? 2003, 2008, 2014, 2016, 2023, and 2024. Every single time their destiny, every single time gone. At some point, you stop calling it bad luck. You stop blaming injuries, referees, fixture lists, because there's always something with Arsenal. But here's the thing. This Arsenal team is still standing, still top of the league, still in the Champions League semi-finals. Mikel Arteta has one final chance to prove this era is genuinely different, that the bottle stays sealed. So, will they do it, or will we be back here next season, same script, different year? Drop your answer in the comments. And Arsenal fans, from the bottom of our hearts, good luck. You're going to need it again.